Tonight on UI7 News, Governor Bruce Rauner gives his yearly budget address in Springfield.
We will ask school districts to begin sharing the cost of their own normal cost pensions.
And later, the Graduate Employees Organization gears up for a possible strike.
Then in sports, a former U of I track star competes at the 2018 Winter Olympics in something other than track.
UI7 News starts right now.
From the Richmond Journalism Teaching Studio at the University of Illinois campus, UI7 News, your U of I news source.
Good evening, I'm Evan Kahn.
And I'm Lena Marie, and this is your 5:30 edition of UI7 News.
Our top story, at least 16 people are dead after a shooter opened fire this afternoon at Marjorie Stoneman Douglas High School in Parkland, Florida. Authorities say 19-year-old Nicholas Cruz, the alleged shooter, is in custody. Cruz is said to be a former student of the high school. As shots rang out, students fled the scene to reach shelter. Broward County Superintendent Robert Runcie says it's a day he was hoping would never come.
There are numerous fatalities. It's a horrific situation. It's just a horrible day for us.
Authorities are still on the scene, and the death toll may rise as the story develops.
So far this year, there has been 18 school shootings in the U.S. 8 of those shootings resulted in injury or death. 2 were gun suicides on school campuses, and the other 8 instances included shots fired on school grounds. But luckily in those cases, no one was injured.
It was 10 years ago today that 5 students were shot and killed at Northern Illinois University. The perpetrator spent time at the University of Illinois Urbana-Champaign as a graduate student. University of Illinois Police Department spokesman Patrick Wade says students are now told how to respond in such an emergency. At Northern Illinois University, there have been a series of candlelight vigils in memory of those who died.
Sticking with local news, Governor Bruce Rauner is proposing for Illinois schools to pay more for their facility pension costs. During his budget address this afternoon, Rauner's plan is set to provide stability for schools down the road.
We will ask universities to pay their pension costs, also phased in over 4 years, and to pick up their health care costs.
All in all, Rauner's end goal is to create over $900 million in savings and a slight cut in the income tax rate for the state.
U of I students and community members are concerned about the lack of procedural changes in the Champaign County Police Departments. Such concerns are coming to the forefront in the wake of a Racial Justice Task Force report. UI7's Allie Mae meets with both sides of this controversial issue.
Concerned about racial profiling occurring throughout Champaign County Police Department. As a response, a Racial Justice Task Force Committee, or RJTF, performed a report to study current police procedures. The report found that in Champaign County, 50% of people in jail were black in a county that is 13% black. One U of I student says this stat is concerning.
Seeing that there's a very small population of minorities here, and yet there are a lot of minorities being targeted is a problem.
Co-chair of the RJTF committee, Dr. Samuel Bindum, says Champaign is not an anomaly.
This issue is much larger than Champaign County. This is a national issue.
The Champaign Police Department provided a response, saying the Champaign Police Department is always open to improving its partnerships through citizen and organizational feedback. However, Dr. Bindum says that thus far, no procedural changes have yet to occur in Champaign County.
Far as I know, far as policing, no.
With low minority demographics amongst all 5 of the Champaign County Police Departments studied in the task force report, the UIPD says that it's not from a lack of trying.
We're constantly trying to recruit more minority officers and women officers. That's a struggle for a lot of police departments across the country right now, and largely based on sort of the, I would say fractured community relations between mainly the police community and the black community.
One nearby student says the police should perhaps try a different method to recruit minorities.
It's not necessarily a lack of trying, but I think it's just finding the right method.
In Champaign-Urbana, I'm Allie Mae, UI7 News.
The Graduate Employees Organization is holding picket trainings this week for their impending strike on February 26th against the university. After holding one on Tuesday and another today, the GEO will hold trainings 2 more days this week discussing the ins and outs of the protest. Graduate student workers are prepared to stop working if a new contract is not hammered out before the deadline later this month. The previous union contract lasted from August of 2012 to August of 2017.
And now joining us on set is GEO member Alan Axelrod. Thanks for joining us and taking time out of your day to talk to us today.
Thanks for having me.
So just to get things started, how are negotiations looking right now?
Negotiations aren't looking good. The reason that negotiations aren't looking good despite recent progress is because the university has decided to threaten the integrity of graduate educations by moving the guarantee of tuition waivers that people have currently for union labor to eligibility for tuition waivers. What that means is if I am doing union labor for the university, instead of actually getting a tuition waiver as part of my labor, I instead have to compete for it or hope that there's enough available for me. It's a lottery ticket. People don't go to college because they want to be rich. People go to college because they want to enrich their education and pursue something they're passionate about. And the removal of tuition waivers in this pernicious way will actually make it so that this is education for the 1% instead of education for all.
And how have these negotiations been different than past contract negotiations between the university and the organization?
Aside from the fact that the university is now threatening tuition waivers, it's much the same. In 2009, because of bad faith negotiations, the GEO went on strike for the first time. In 2013, because of bad faith negotiations, the SEIU, which is the food service union in town, went on strike. In 2016, the Non-Tenured Faculty Coalition also went on strike for the same reasons. Since 2009, when I graduated high school, not a single student through this university has had an uninterrupted education. So our goal is to negotiate with the admins in good faith, always be available at the table, and to make sure that this strike, if executed, will be so impactful lawfully that we will have them retain the institutional knowledge that this practice is unacceptable.
Okay, and when are the next negotiations and what's the outlook for those?
The next negotiations are tomorrow, and it's going to be an all-day negotiation. And the outlook is we're hoping that the university has looked at the climate and how it's evolved around their latest moves. We're hoping that the university decides that if someone is performing union labor at this university, that they are guaranteed a tuition waiver. We're also hoping that the university will meet us when it comes to providing an agreeable floor wage for those in the humanities departments who are, after deductions from fees, earning less than full-time minimum wage. We're hoping that they'll meet us in providing a subsidy for parents so that they don't have to decide between food for their families and preparing for class.
All right, thank you very much for joining us, and we'll be sure to keep an eye on that story.
Thank you.
One of Chicago's most beloved skyscrapers, the John Hancock Center, is getting its name changed. The building's namesake has asked for its name and logo to be taken down all throughout the building. The insurer hasn't been a tenant in the building for many years. They had also similarly removed the name John Hancock from the tower in Boston back in 2004. Currently, the building is referred to by its address, 875 North Michigan Avenue. Heron, a part of a group of real estate investors that own the office and parking portions, will continue to own the iconic skyscraper in the next few years. It will also likely sign the new naming rights deal. Hearn said in a statement, quote, "I want to put an identity on this property that everyone in Chicago can be proud of."
Coming up after the break, the Activities and Recreation Center offers a cooking class for couples this Valentine's Day.
Also, the Newman Center recognizes Ash Wednesday for the start of Lent.
Everything starts out small. The things that hurt us they all start from somewhere. The words we say, the things we do, that can grow into something else. What was small and innocent can become big and sometimes scary. All it takes is one comment, one picture, one video for something to catch fire. But a big problem doesn't need a big response. Not at first. Even if we don't know what to say, the eye emoji can be that first step we take. Let's all pledge to take that first small step together and change the world in a big way. I'm a witness, and so are you.
Hi. Hoping for a crisp breeze to help keep you alert. Oh, he took a sip of water too. That'll probably help.
You were probably going to turn down the radio too, so you could focus, right?
Probably okay isn't okay.
Right?
If you see a warning sign, stop and call a cab, a car, or a friend.
I think the water line is what really drove it home. I blew on him.
Good morning, Illini. Welcome to another fun-packed season. And we are getting started again Friday at 9 a.m. GMI is a show for students created by students. We want you to get involved. You can follow us on Twitter, plus give our GMI page a like on Facebook, and subscribe to our YouTube page, where you can always see GMI live streaming Fridays at 9 a.m. And don't forget to tune in for our spring premiere, February 16th at 9 a.m. Good morning, Illini.
This Valentine's Day is filled with chocolates, flowers, and pups. Illini Service Dogs help spread the love this Valentine's Day with furry friends. The organization held an event on the main quad called Pet a Pup. Students paid $1 to pet and take pictures with the dogs. Illini Service Dogs is a registered student organization at the University of Illinois that provides world-class service dogs to individuals who have a physical disability. So if you are not getting any action this Valentine's Day, just smooch a pooch.
Local businesses have been anticipating one of the most popular Hallmark holidays of the year. UI7's Jian Kim introduces us to one local bakery and how it prepares for the special occasion.
Despite the heavy fog, love is still in the air on the U of I campus this morning. While lovers are busy picking out last-minute gifts for their significant others, local businesses have been prepared well in advance. Owner of Cookie Jar Ed Brubaker says he is ready for the day's chaos.
I'm stocked up pretty good right now and ready to roll.
Brubaker says the biggest challenge with big holidays like this one is to keep his ingredients fresh and to meet all his orders. He says although Valentine's Day doesn't necessarily make up a big portion of his yearly revenue, it still makes all the difference.
But it's a nice little bump, especially in the middle of the month when the rent comes due and stuff like this. You've got a nice big day where you've made a lot of money.
He says he hopes his customers will continue to return even after Valentine's Day for his delicious baked goods and their eye-catching aesthetics. Local businesses have been preparing for one of the busiest Hallmark holidays of the year. Lovebirds around campus are purchasing sweets and roses for their special someone.
Perfect. You're welcome.
One student, Edmund Wong, says he feels more pressure to spend a lot of money during this Hallmark holiday.
More than usual, I guess, just because that it is like a bigger holiday, and then since everyone's doing it, and you don't want to be kind of left out, and you want to like splurge a little bit.
However, Wong says that the holiday has been commercialized over the years.
Everyone wants to make a business. Everyone wants to make money. So then the holiday is just a great way to do so. Whether it's like advertisement, guilt tripping people, it's a business out here.
He says him and his significant other, Amy Lau, will be spending most of Valentine's Day staying in and studying together. In Champaign, I'm Jian Kim, UI7 News.
Along with Valentine's Day being a Hallmark holiday, couples learn how to benefit from Valentine's Day as well.
In honor of Valentine's Day, the University of Illinois hosted a couples cooking class for those to experience and enjoy their significant others.
It gives the opportunity to get to know your partner in a different light It brings about physiological changes within yourself, which then oftentimes you're attributing to your partner.
In today's college lifestyle, texting and social media has become more popular within relationships rather than spending quality time together. This cooking class allowed couples to explore the alternative and learn more about their significant other, while also learning how to cook a delicious meal.
Going on behind me is a couples cooking class hosted at the Activities and Recreation Center. Couples are learning how to make shrimp linguine, stuffed brie, and chocolate truffle cookies in honor of Valentine's Day. Sounds delicious to me.
Everybody likes it.
As individuals, when we're out of our comfort zone or doing something new, it makes us grow, but definitely doing it together kind of helps build our relationship and help our bond.
In this case, the couples not only spent quality time together, but they saw their significant other act in a new light and respond to a new situation. Relationships are about learning, and there's no better time to learn than in college.
I feel like when we're doing cooking, we can learn from each other, help each other, and we can make more interactions than just over phone or go to a bar. So I feel it really help our relationship.
Anytime you're engaging in novel activities, particularly if you like cooking, that's gonna work even better to your advantage.
The class aimed to not only make delicious meals, but for the couples to leave with more than a full stomach. With UI7 News, I'm Lena Marie.
Yeah, half naps.
February 14th is known by many as Valentine's Day, but this year it also lands on a Catholic observance of Ash Wednesday. Today marks the start of Lent for Catholics, of which will last for 40 days.
It's a season for greater freedom, so we can be found and known in who we are, both by God, by others, and by ourselves.
At the St. John's Catholic Newman Center on campus, the church is providing Ash Wednesday masses throughout the day, as well as just Ash services. The church was packed this afternoon with students and community members waiting in line to receive the ash on their forehead. If you are interested in getting ashes today, it's not too late. The last service of the day is at 9 p.m. tonight.
Coming up, Zach Barakat takes a look at weather.
Then Olivia Schmidt joins us for sports.
What to expect when you're expecting a teenager.
Hey guys, today we're talking about how to wake up your teen, and this works literally every time.
Give kisses. Give kisses. Look. Give kisses. Give kisses. You heard how loud that was.
I know,
sleep through that.
I heard. It wasn't you.
Yeah.
It was the...
Is that bacon?
You don't have to know it all to be a perfect parent. Thousands of teens in foster care will love you just the same.
Bacon.
Families come in all sizes and shapes. Sometimes your friends are your family by choice, or sometimes you're just stuck with Uncle Charles. But what we know is that you want to protect the people that are close to you, but the flu can unravel everything. Your flu vaccine protects you and your family. No matter what draws your family together, protect yourself, protect your family. Everyone needs a flu vaccine.
Good morning, Illini.
Hey, good morning, Illini, and selamat pagi.
Good morning, Illini.
You know, Elena, temperatures have started to warm up this week, but the question is, will they continue? Here is UI7's Zach Barakat with the latest surrounding weather.
Happy Valentine's Day, everybody. Temperatures are above normal today,
and throughout the rest of the week after a week of cold and brutal temperatures. So fellas, it is Valentine's Day. You better take your ladies out for a date. Local temperatures were at 43 degrees up in Bloomington Normal, 45 in Peoria, 53 down in Springfield, 49 in Decatur, and 49 as well in Mattoon, Charleston. Midwest temperatures got 42 degrees up in the windy city of Chicago, 47 degrees in Indianapolis, 60 down in Louisville, and then 59 degrees in Kansas City. National temps, 61 degrees out in Los Angeles. A little bit north, we got 44 in Seattle, 70 in Dallas and Phoenix, and we got a whopping 80 degrees down in Miami, along with 50 degrees a little bit north in New York City. Tonight, we reach a high of 42 degrees, cloudy with some fog in the forecast, south-southwest winds at 6 miles per hour. Tomorrow, a high of 59 degrees, early fog chances along with some drizzle chances, south-southwest winds at 9 miles per hour. And your 5-day forecast. We have above average temperatures throughout the rest of the week. Thursday, 59 degrees with some rain and fog chances. Friday, 32 degrees, partly sunny as well. On Saturday, at a high of 42 degrees. Sunday, we clear up and it's mostly sunny with a high of 48 degrees. Monday, 54 degrees with some rain back in the forecast. Temperatures are warming up. So stay warm out there, and happy Valentine's Day.
Yeah, thank you for that, Zach.
And now for sports, we welcome UI7's Olivia Schmidt to preview what she has in store for sports today.
Thanks, guys. Coming up, a former U of I athlete is making it big at the Winter Olympics. And more on how snowboarder Shaun White made history for Team USA. All this and more coming up.
Don't ignore the subtext. It's on us to intervene in sexual assault. Because we can. Take the pledge at itsonus.org.
Don't wait. Communicate. Make your emergency plan today.
There. Can I tell you a cat joke? Just kidding. Why did the girl ask the mushroom to dance? Because he was a fun guy. What do you call a pig that knows karate? Pork chop. Why was the basketball court all wet? Why? Because the players kept dribbling all over it. Can I tell you another one? So how does a tissue dance? Put a little boogie on it. What's Beethoven's favorite fruit? Banana. What is a boxer's favorite drink? Fruit punch.
Bike theft reports are on the rise at the University of Illinois. UI7 News' Caroline Higman got insight on the new way police are combating the reoccurring crime.
This season, the University of Illinois has seen the highest rate of reported stolen bikes in history. Being back from winter break, students and faculty are once again using their bikes to get to class. Police Communications Director Patrick Wade explained why he thinks the reports have gone up.
When we start telling people about these things, about these safety issues or property crime issues, and people become more aware about it, we find that people are more willing to report those things.
In order to combat the theft, local police have put out new high-tech decoy bikes with GPS tracking in hopes of catching any thieves. Using electric data and video footage from the anti-theft decoy bikes, the University of Illinois Police Department is already finding great success in catching bike thieves.
And also we've made 7 arrests since we've started this. So 7 bike thieves have been arrested. And hopefully it's that many fewer people who are going to be trying to do this on campus. So I think that's been very, very helpful.
The police have seen a 2.5 times increase in bike reports after the launch of the bikes as compared to any months prior. The bike racks here in between Lincoln Hall and the English building have some of the highest rate of theft on campus. University of Illinois student Mary Lou Cardenas says she takes extra precautions when it comes to bike theft.
Well, I try to use it every day just so they don't see that it's just lying there. And when I leave for break, I take it up into my apartment and put it in my room, just so they don't have time to try to open the lock.
Police would not grant access to the actual bikes being used in their investigation in order for the bikes to work effectively and keep the privacy. In Urbana, I'm Caroline Hinman, UI7 News.
For sports, here's Olivia Schmidt.
The Winter Olympics are in full swing in South Korea. The U.S. has won 6 medals in these first 5 days in Pyeongchang, including 3 golds. Last night, Shaun White earned his 3rd gold medal in the men's halfpipe, also securing the 100th gold medal in Team USA history. 17-year-old Chloe Kim also made headlines with her gold medal finish yesterday. She became the first female snowboarder to land back-to-back 1080s in the halfpipe. Former Illini track and field star Asia Evans will compete for Team USA's bobsled team. She will look to improve on her bronze medal finish from 4 years ago at Sochi. Evans is slated to begin official training on Saturday, and competition will begin on Tuesday. Switching over to Illini athletics, the men's basketball team will face Indiana tonight at Assembly Hall at 7:30 p.m. The Illini secured their first conference win the last time these two teams met at the State Farm Center on January 24th. The Orange and Blue are coming off a tough loss to Penn State this Sunday. While Illinois led for more than 15 minutes in the first half, they were unable to keep their momentum later in the game, falling to the Nittany Lions 74-52. Sophomore Tijon Lucas says the team needs to keep pushing every day.
We have to have growth every day. We can't quit. Even though we seem like we quit it the other day, that's not acceptable.
The Orange and Blue are forcing turnovers on 23.2 of opponent possessions during Big Ten play. This is the highest rate by a conference team in over 9 years. The Illini have a 2-11 record in the Big Ten with 5 conference games left in their season. They will return home to play Nebraska this Sunday. The Illini softball team will look to rebound from their 1-4 start as they travel to Chapel Hill, North Carolina for the Big Ten ACC Challenge this weekend. The Orange and Blue beat Providence 9-1 in the opening game of their season on Friday. They then dropped 4 games in a row to North Florida, South Alabama, UCF, and Louisville. According to FightingIllini.com, head coach Tyra Perry says last weekend was not what the team expected. She says they plan to work out the kinks before heading to UNC. Illinois is set to square off against the Tar Heels and Pittsburgh twice this weekend. Continuing with Illini athletics, the men's team is traveling to Seattle for the ITA National Team Indoor Championships. The competition starts on Friday. Head coach Brad Dancer says the team is excited for the challenge.
Now we're going to go in and, we probably won't be that highly seeded there, so it's going to be a tough first round, no question about it.
The team is coming off a 1-1 weekend at home. The Orange and Blue beat number 23 California on Friday before falling short to number 5 Stanford on Saturday. Freshman Alex Brown earned the first Big Ten Tennis Athlete of the Week award in his career. Brown helped the Illini clinch the doubles point on Friday before also winning the first singles point of the night against California. He continued his success with both wins in the singles and doubles matches on Saturday against Stanford. 4 U of I gymnasts are heading to the annual USA Gymnastics Winter Cup in Las Vegas. The competition starts tomorrow and ends on Saturday. Johnny Jacobson, Brandon Nye, Jordan Kovac, and Alex Diab will all be competing. The event features top junior and senior gymnasts from across the country. The Winter Cup Challenge will help decide the 12 gymnasts who will represent the U.S. men's national team through the 2018 U.S. Gymnastics Championships in August. Top wrestlers from over 260 high schools in Illinois will compete in the IHSA State Wrestling Championships. The event starts tomorrow and ends on Saturday. Over 40,000 people are expected to attend the tournament at the State Farm Center. IHSA sponsored their first state wrestling meet in Memorial Stadium back in 1937. The tournament was then moved to its current home in Assembly Hall in 1967. Last year, Lockport Township High School won the Class 3A championship. That's all for sports. Back to you guys.
Thank you, Olivia. That's all we have for this evening. I hope all of you have a good evening.